Hi y'all, Justin with Kayak Catfish. Well, I'm on the water right before sunrise. It's going to be peeking up over here in the next little bit, but I've already been out here getting some fresh bait for us. I've got maybe 6 or 7 skipjack here in the floor. They have been really feeding heavily over here by this bridge, and that's where I'm going to be doing some catfishing at today. I have come out from this bridge here right at the edge of the drop, right where it starts to go off from this creek into the main channel, because I feel like if you got that much shad up there around that bridge and this many skipjack feeding on those shad, well, guess what? You're probably going to have some catfish somewhere nearby, right? They're going to be working in and out of there to eat. So we're going to set up right here kind of in their path as they move in and out today. So I'm going to drop a couple baits down. We're going to use a skipjack head and a skipjack chunk. I'm in my Old Town kayak today with 2 rods. So we're going to get baited up, drop those down, hopefully catch some big blues and flatheads today. Let's do it, y'all. I don't know if you can see or not with the light the way it is, but we're going to get our baits on. That's a head and a chunk of the freshest skipjack that you can possibly get, because it was caught literally minutes ago. And what I'm going to do after I get baited up is I'm going to start making some more casts. I'm kind of out here a little ways farther away than where I was catching the skipjack, but if we can catch another one live, we'll drop a live one down too. These things they're so fragile, so frail, they die very quickly. So if you're going to use them alive, you pretty much got to get them on the hook right away, or be in a big boat that you can have a 80, 100 gallon bait tank to keep them going a little while. So anyway, that's my bait right there, y'all. My favorite bait in the world, skipjack head. I'll show you my rigs here a little bit later once we start catching fish and the sun comes up. But look at that over there, man. Is that a beautiful sight or what? The colors this time of year in the fall, when we've got less humidity, these sunrise colors, absolutely beautiful. It's amazing sunrises. So anyway, enough of me flapping my gums. I'm gonna get this other bait on here. We're gonna catch some fish. Here we go. First fish, man. That's a good one. Look at him pulling drag, buddy. Oh man, he's pulling drag. Okay. Oh my gosh, and he dropped it too. Oh man, that was a solid hit. Just didn't stay button. Baits hooked good and everything. Dang, man. Well, that's encouraging nonetheless. There's at least some fish in the area. Something's hitting this rod over here now. Something's got it now. All right, we got some fish working. Let me get this bait set here. Just raise it up a couple feet off the bottom. Let's see if we can keep this one hooked up. I don't think this one here, this one ain't as big. He's gone too. He's dropped it. That was a dink. I knew that was a dink from the start, but the other one was pretty dang good. Somehow we managed to miss both of them. That's a peculiar start to the catfishing portion of the trip, y'all. Could have been nice there to hook that big one. I don't know what happened. He must have just been clamped down kind of on the edge of the bait there and was just running, and for whatever reason didn't get the hook too. But anyway, if you see in this video, by gosh, I ended up hooking a few fish, or else I wouldn't have posted. Ain't no skunk videos on this channel, y'all. We don't do that kind of thing around here, so stay tuned. There's some actual fish going to be landed in this thing. That one's hooked up now. That one, hopefully that will stay buttoned up. I switched out my baits. Them others had some bad Judy on them or something for them other fish to come off, so hopefully these 2 baits will do better for us. It was time to switch them out anyway. The advantage of using a freshly caught bait is that it is super fresh, right? It's as fresh as it could possibly be. The disadvantage is that it bleeds out very quickly, because the blood hasn't had time to clot and get thicker and stuff, so they bleed out super quick, so you got to change them out more frequently. This one here is a blue cat, not very big, but hey, skunk buster, man. we gotta set the bar somewhere for fish number one, and this one here is kind enough to do it for us. Get up here, fish. Get your moment of fame. Oh, Lord. He just pulled free right there. He was skin hooked in the side of the mouth. He said he didn't want to come up here and hang out with y'all and see you all. That fish wasn't doing this whole YouTube thing today, so. All right, let me get another bait on there. It's light enough now I can show you the rig and everything, so we'll get that done right quick. There's my next bait in my rig. That's a Carolina rig with an 8-ounce egg sinker down to a 10-aught size circle hook and a Catfish Sumo bait stalker fly there under it. I'm gonna drop it straight down to the bottom and raise it up a couple feet. And where I'm at here as far as depth goes should be somewhere roughly around 38, 40 feet. I don't have the graph on this kayak. This is my bare bones basic kayak. No graph, no motor, just a couple rod holders and 2 rods. But what I've done is I've used an app on my phone that has lake maps called Navionics, and it's pretty accurate where I live here, so I've used it to try to hopefully get myself somewhere close to the edge of the drop off where this creek behind me here comes out and drops off into the main river channel, the old creek bed. Right before all this was flooded, this area of the river was much smaller and much narrower, so this is where the creek would have come out initially, and I'm right on the top of that drop, so that as fish come out of the main channel, they work up into this creek to feed today. We've got baits right there in their face as they come through. Now I chose to set up here versus back here closer to the bridge where I was catching the skipjack this morning for a few reasons. One, I wanted to catch these fish on the way in and out here, and getting on the edge of the drop of the old channel is a good way to do that. The other thing, this road behind me, it's very busy as far as cars go and everything, so there's a lot of road noise back there, makes it hard to film, and a lot of bass boats go in and out of these bridges here. So you ride up here on the bridges, you kind of in the way, you getting bounced around all day from the bass boat guys. So we're gonna set out here till about lunchtime today. I'm gonna log a few hours out here this morning and just see if some fish get active. Normally I like a sunrise bite, you get an activity period there, but my last catfish session, it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock before the bite kind of turned on, so it was kind of a later morning bite that particular day. So there was a fish coming up splashing right there. Unfortunately for him, the camera was pointed at this guy, not that direction. He missed his chance. He better come over here and bite one of these baits if he wants to get on this video. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna kick back, relax. Hopefully we're gonna reel in a few more today. Just got hit on that chunk. Okay, look at that pull. Look at that pull, buddy. Oh man, I can get the dang rod at the rod holder, buddy. That's a better fish than I first thought when he hit it. Buddy, he was pulling some line. I thought that was a small one at first, but man, he took off. I've just continued to sit here, y'all, with really nothing going on. It's been a very... Skipjack was going crazy right before dawn, but the cats have been pretty inactive, at least in the area I'm setting. I'm putting my time in, logging hours. You put your baits on good structure and put it on there long enough, you're eventually going to get bit. And we've got one right here. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, that's why he felt bigger. He was a smaller fish. He come up and hit the bait, probably rolled on it, and got that stinger hook in the tail. He was foul hooked. I was pulling him in backwards. That'll make him feel bigger every time. It's a dang shame I can't hook all the small fish backwards. That'd be a lot more fun to catch. Get that fly fish. There you go. All right. Sorry, fish. You don't get to come in a kayak when you get foul hooked. That's my general rule, y'all. You can't be rewarding bad behavior and bringing these fish in, giving them a bunch of camera time, raising their Instagram followers when they ain't even smart enough to get a hook in the mouth. So hopefully the next one will be a little bit smarter than that one. He had me excited though. Let's see what happens right here with this rod. Something's got it. I wonder if this one ain't on the fly. That one ain't acting like one that's going to get the head bait. We've had some the biggest fish of the morning come unbuttoned. And had that other one get foul hooked a couple minutes ago, and I'm pretty sure this one here probably has the fly, because I don't think he's got the head. No, I knew that fish wasn't big enough to get that head bait. He's ate the fly. We need some bigger fish to work up through here, don't we? The bar's been set pretty high on my recent trips lately. Fish like this just ain't doing it for me. That fly did get us another bite that we probably wouldn't have got, because there's no way this fish here was going to be able to fit that head bait in his mouth. Let's look at that head bait compared to that fish's mouth. It wasn't going to happen for you, buddy. Wasn't going to happen. Get on out of here. Let's take a look at this head. We may go ahead and switch it out too. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, you can see there it's pretty well bled out, so we'll go ahead and replace it, put a new one on, and hopefully get us something a little bigger than that here shortly. I'm ready for it, man. Got another one here that's going to pull a little bit, but he's going to spin me around, baby. All right. I've sat here a while. That last fish we dropped back down, he told every fish down there how ungrateful I was. That I got standards, you know. We trying to catch bigger fish today, and them other fish said, well, if I'm ungrateful, they ain't gonna bite, I reckon. So I've sat here with nothing going on. This one here wanted him a chunk, and he feels pretty good. Definitely better than some of the others, unless we got him in a tail. That could be it too. We'll see when we get him up here in a second. We'll either have some fish move in today or we won't. That's part of fishing. This one here moved in. He's better quality. This is the biggest one of the morning so far. Yeah, that's a fun size right there. Get over here, fish. Show yourself off to the world. You're the biggest one of the morning so far. He's honored. He's proud of himself. All right. Let's get hold of this thing and land him one time. All right, we got hold of it. He's wanting to flatten the listen now, fish. Once I grab hold of you, it's over. You're supposed to calm down at that point. Well, that one there's at least long enough to be front camera worthy. He's still kind of a lightweight, kind of skinny there, but biggest one of the morning so far. So I'm happy to get him. I'd sit here a while. Since that last fish, I guess he just told them all how ungrateful I was being today. But we've sat here, baits down there not getting pecked and chewed up by the small fish, and this one come along and he had a good quality bait ready to be eaten. So, all right, fish, get out of here. I'm gonna catch your friends now. Let's do it, y'all. I'm telling you, we're just putting in the time today. The longer you can set on places like this, like, you know, the top of this drop here, fish periodically are going to work in and out of this creek. This is a feeding area, all this bait up here. Now when they're going to come in and out, I don't know. It could be any time. You got peak feeding windows, dawn, dusk, things like that. You know, as fronts come in, sometimes they'll turn fish on, they'll feed, but they could move in and out anytime. And so the longer you can put on places like this, you're just increasing your odds of active fish working through. So I'm gonna fish till about lunchtime today. I don't know if I mentioned that before. It's probably gonna be like a 4 to 5 hour trip for me today. Whatever fish work through during this time, we're gonna catch them. Got one on the head. One on the head. Yep. Oh, he's gonna pull too. Oh, he's gonna pull. All right. I've had a long drought between fish, y'all. I actually moved a little bit. I was up on the top of that drop. Initially, I have slid off into the main channel here in front of this creek at the bottom. So I should be somewhere 60 feet-ish I just wasn't having nothing happening up there at the top of the drop, you know, just the small fish that we caught and some dink taps. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna get out here a little deeper. The better fish I've caught on recent trips have been main channel, actually downstream from here, in deeper water around that 70-foot depth. So let's just get out here and try it and see what happens. And we definitely got a better fish on here. This one's definitely better. This is going to be the biggest one of the morning so far. I think it's a little after 10 a.m. now, so we're kind of in that time period where my last session the bite was getting going. Yeah, this one here's pulling, buddy. Still doing same setup, a head on this side and a chunk on the left. I switched out my baits when I moved out here deeper just to get everything freshened up. Well, it feels good to be hooked up with a solid fish right here, man. I wasn't sure it was going to happen today, the way things were going there. I'm always happy to get bit, but I've been doing so good lately on some better quality fish. You start taking them small ones for granted. Get accustomed to some bigger fish. You want them all the time. Get greedy. We should be getting pretty close up here now to seeing this one on the surface. He feels better. I think it's a blue. We'll see here in a second. I'm pretty sure it's a blue. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Nice fish right there, man. That's good quality. Moving out to the deeper depths. Made all the difference in the world today, apparently. Come up here and show yourself off, fish. I've been waiting all daggone morning on you now. Come up here. Nice. Nice blue cat. I'll take that. Let's get hold of this thing right here. Come on up here, yo sow. Yo sow, get in this kayak now. Nice. That is a good fish right there, man. I will take this fish 7 days a week and twice on Sunday, man. Heck yeah. Oh, let's hold you up there. Nice, man. Nice. There's some people walking over there on the walking trail part of that bridge. They seeing a show right now. Nice, man. Let me set him back down a second. We got a boat coming. I don't mind the people on the bridge seeing, but these boaters going by, they don't need to see that we catching fish. That's what them old bass boaters do. He probably ain't interested in this fish no how. This fish right here gets slime on his carpet. It'd be tore up for weeks about it. Nice. All right, I'm gonna let him go. We're gonna drop that head bait back down there, and we'll sit here a while longer and see what else happens. This fella here may have some friends with him. Get out of here, you old heifer. There he goes. He gone. Nice, man. It took a while this morning, but we finally got us one fist pump worthy, man. I just had to move out. You know, again, the bridge right over there, we were on the top of the drop, and I slid out here. Just should be roughly 60 feet ish where I'm sitting now. Of course, I got my baits raised up a couple feet off the bottom, just vertical fishing still, just everything under me. And yeah, just got us a good one, y'all. Let's get another bait down. My head bait got thumped. I've got a slow takedown right there. Let's see what this is. Could this be a flathead? Could we finally have us one this morning? He thumped it, and we had just a slow takedown. That's the same head I caught the other fish on. I looked at it. It still looked to be in pretty good condition. And I just dropped it down a couple minutes ago. I sure would like to get me a flathead today. I'm on a streak of catching flatheads my last few trips out, so I'd like to keep that going. Definitely glad I made the move out to the deeper part of this ledge here. For some reason, these bigger fish, they're just hanging out in the deeper water lately, and they'll inevitably move up to that creek. But the skipjack bite is kind of a nighttime thing, and it's done when the sun gets up. So maybe these fish, maybe they're moving in there at night too right now. Maybe that's the pattern they're on. Yep, flatty. We got us one. We got us one, folks. That's a fun sizer. Oh, he just spit that hook. Look at here. He spit that hook and now he's got it in the fin. Oh, we may lose this one. We may lose it. He threw that hook and it got him in the fin. Oh, I don't know if we're going to keep this one hooked to get a hold of him or not. We got to grab him fast. Let's get him up here before he throws it. Well, I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, look here. He didn't spit that hook either. That's the hook that my bait was on, but look in his mouth here. Look in his mouth. He's got that fly. He ate the fly. I thought he had thrown this hook into his fin. That's not the case. There we go. Boy, this thing got lucky. If he'd ate that fly any deeper, it'd have been in the gills, but he's going to be lucky. Yeah, there we go, man. I'm more excited about this one than the big blue, just because I wanted to keep my streak going, y'all. Nice, man. I ate that dang fly, too. Thrown my head bait off on the way and hooked himself in the fin with my circle hook. But by gosh, he ate that fly. About 60 feet down. Well, I'll tell you what, let's cut us another head and put it down there and do it again. We'll see you later, Flatty. Thanks for the good time. That's another one gone, by gosh. Hey, let's do fist pump worthy on that one too, because by gosh, he was. Well, before I can even get baited, look at this one going down. Let's pick this one up now. Let's pick it up. We're going to get this one up here to the surface, take a look at him, and then we got to get into the bait drop down. With only having 2 rods down there right now, we're kind of out of the game when we ain't got nothing down there. I had just let that flag go, turned the camera off to reset it, and this one hit. Nice, man. I don't know what this one is. He don't feel like he's rolling. This may be, could this be another flathead too, possibly? He's pulling like a Dickens, I'll tell you that. That's fun. I'm having a good time, y'all. I was having a good time anyway today, just because it's a nice morning and had a beautiful skyline this morning. It's cloudy, so once the sun got to a certain level, it was kind of the colors and everything was gone. But it's been a peaceful morning. Ain't been on pleasure boat traffic, just a few bass boats here and there, and keeping enough fish to keep myself entertained. Catching enough fish to keep myself entertained. I can't get my words right. This one just feels weird. I don't know if this is a flathead or a foul hooked blue, maybe. I don't know. It feels weird. I don't feel like a normal fight. It's a blue. Let's see where he's hooked at. No, he's hooked in the mouth. It just felt weird. That's a weird fight. That's a fun sizer too. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put him back and we're gonna cut another bait and get on this rod. This is one of my smaller skipjacks here, so we'll take a little bit more of that meat with it there and put on. I'm gonna trim these fins up. I always like to get rid of these fins. I feel like that could possibly cost you a fish sometime if it don't get hooked properly. Let's get hold of this rig. Here's that other one over there. He's still mad, boy. He's going crazy. He's trying to show out. He thinks the camera's on him, I guess. It ain't. Bad news for him. All that slime off there from the last one. All right, man. Let's drop it down. Whew, I'm having a good time, y'all. Let's get this one down here and we're gonna land our blue. He'll be front camera worthy too. All right, it's time to calm down and act like somebody, fish. Oh, come here now. Come here now. There you go. Come on in here. What is all this mess right here? Looks like, has he got another hook in his mouth somewhere? By gosh, he does. I don't see the hook, but he's got fishing line coming out his mouth. This is somebody's big one that got away. Look at all that. That's a thin line too. That must be some crappie fisherman's line. Let me see if I can see where he's. That thing is, I don't know if y'all can see down in there better than I can. Here's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to pull that out with it being in his gills. He's obviously living just fine as is. So we'll just snip it there. We'll just snip that line. I'll untangle that from my line in a minute, but we'll help him out at least. Oh man, I helped this fish out and he just crapped in the floor of my kayak. You nasty fish, it looks like diarrhea too. He's done got the mud butt. Nasty old fish, man. It stinks to all get out. I helped you out, fish. This old thing. But this is somebody's big fish that got away right here. This is some crappie fisherman has done told them a story of a 100-pound catfish they hooked on 6-pound line. Here it is. Well, get out of here, you nasty thing, before you get to Hershey squirts again. Nasty old fish, man. All in the floor of my kayak. Daggone fish. Man, what a difference it made moving off, just sliding off from the top to the bottom of this ledge. That one simple change made the difference from just getting some taps, getting some small fish, to getting some better quality blues and that flathead. I mean, that's the only thing that's changed. We're doing the same setup, same rod. I mean, everything's the same, but that one change, going from about 40-ish to about 60 feet-ish. I think these fish are just kind of staged up here, and they're probably just going in at certain times of the day or night to feed up there on those shad and skipjack, and then retreating back here when they're kind of in their downtime, you know. And we got baits down here. We got easy meals for them right here in their face right now. So anyway, enough of me flapping my gums. I'm gonna take a camera here. Y'all can look at that mess. I mean, that's daggone diarrhea. He's got it all over that. Nasty old fish, man. Let's cut this other chunk here off the skipjack from the head bait we just sent down. We'll trim these fins. Man, I'll tell you, that crap right there, that stinks. I don't know what that fish has been eating, but it's tore him up. If he's been to Taco Bell, I'd go back and ask for a refund for what they've done to him. That's bad. Well, folks, I was just thinking about leaving and going and getting some lunch, and the universe sent me a sign. There's about, I don't know, 10, 12 daggone jet skis going by. Thankfully, they on that side of the channel. But I think that's the universe telling me, Justin, time to go on home. I've sat here for a while now, probably an hour, without another bite. You know, when we first moved out here to the bottom of the drop on this ledge, catch a fish right away, and I don't know if I caught the fish that were here or if we just reached that point in the morning where the fish, they've just kind of shut down, just kind of inactive right now. But either way, it's been a while since I got a bite, so I think I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. I'm gonna run right down river here first, though. There's a ball that went drifting by me. The wind right now is, we got very minimal current flow. Well, by gosh, hang on a minute now, we got a rod getting hit. But I was saying there's very minimal current flow, barely noticeable, going this direction, and the wind is blowing this direction. I think that's just a dink hitting that rod. But there was a ball that went drifting by me a little while ago, so I'm gonna run down here and get that. And Daphne the dog's gonna be getting her a new toy today. Ain't gonna cost me a dime out of my own pocket. Them are the best dog toys to get, are the ones you find floating down the river, because Daphne, she's a holy terror. She's gonna chew them up in about a day anyway, so it's better to be free. But anyway, y'all, I had a good morning out here, you know, from catching the skipjack first thing to getting a big blue and the flathead. It's a good day. So I'm going home happy, but I think I am going home. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Well, if any of you have stuck around, I think we're going to get us a fish after all. That one that was trying to interrupt my closing finally hooked up over here. Thankfully, all them jet skis, they're heading that direction. I was worried it was going to turn and come in this creek here, but they've kept going on upriver there. I do think that's the universe giving me a sign from the heavens. They know how, the universe knows how bad I hate jet skiers. It's saying, Justin, just go to the house. It's time anyway, it's lunchtime. Yeah, this fish here, boy, he's done flung my fly up my sinker there, but he got him that cut bait hook right there. Guess what, fish? You get to be the bonus fish. Anybody that stuck around to the end of the video gets to see you. Unfortunately for you fish, there's only 2 or 3 people that watch to the end, so not many of them's going to see you. What do you think about that? He's honored just to be on this video, whether it's first, last, or in between. He's just happy to be on here, folks. If we could all have a positive attitude like that fish, the world would be a better place, wouldn't it? But anyway, I'm going for real this time. I'll see you in the next one.